Hey guys, I got 50 pounds of tomatoes, Roma tomatoes. They were a little bit less than $6.50 for the case, so a little less than $13 for 50 pounds. I did process them in 3 different ways, but this video is going to be a water bath canner video, and at the end of the video I'll show you the results of the other ways in the pressure canner. So this is what you're going to need. Your lids and your rings. I use vinegar and paper towel. You can use a warm cloth. I use canning salt, and you're going to need a half a teaspoon for that, and lemon juice and a tablespoon for that. You're going to need your jar lifters, your lid lifters, a spatula, a spoon of some sort, a funnel, something to protect your hands with, something to protect your table with. I use stir sticks a lot, and some hot water for your lids and your rings. I have my jars steeping and ready to go. I also have my water ready. It's been boiling for about 15 minutes, so that's nice and hot and ready to go into the jars. My lids and rings are steeping in very hot water. You don't want to boil your rings and your lids, you just want to soften them. First thing I do is give them a good wash and take out any that shouldn't be there. Then I go ahead and I immerse them in boiling water for about 30 seconds to 60 seconds. You'll see that the skin starts to slip or they'll crack, and you want to take them completely out of there and dump them into ice water. You want to cool them down rapidly. Peeling them is really easy. You just start from the top and the skin should just slip right off. Then I go ahead and I cut them up. You can cut them in halves or quarters. It really doesn't matter. It'll all work. It's just a personal preference. Take your hot jar, get your tablespoon of lemon juice and a half a teaspoon of salt. Then you can go ahead and fill up your jars with your tomatoes to about a half an inch to an inch. I usually leave it at an inch all the way to the top. Then you're going to go ahead and put your boiling water on top of that all the way to the 1-inch headspace. Then you can go ahead and deep bubble all the way around and down the center. You want to make sure that all the air pockets are completely out of there, and then go ahead and adjust your headspace if you need to. I take my paper towel and vinegar. You want to make sure that the rim is extremely clean and dry. I get my hot lid, my ring, finger firm, and then I go ahead and I put that into the canner to stay warm. The water level over those jars should be 1 inch minimum to 2 inches maximum. I put a lid on it. I'm going to wait for it to come up to a boil, and then I'm going to time it for 40 minutes. After the 40 minutes, I'm going to take them out of the canner. I put them on my counter so they can be left there undisturbed for 24 hours. After 24 hours is over, it's safe to wash them. Take the ring off, put some soap on a cloth, give it a good scrub, and that's it. This is what I got out of the 50 pounds of tomatoes. I ended up with 47 pints. The first batch that I did was this batch in the water bath canner. I used water. It was a raw pack. I didn't boil it, and I processed it for 40 minutes for the pints, and I ended up with some float. That's really, really normal. But then I moved along and I decided to pressure can it for 10 minutes adding water, and this is what I ended up with, the same exact float. Then I went ahead and I did this batch in the pressure canner and I boiled it for 5 minutes. I didn't add water, and I processed it for 25 minutes in the pressure canner, and then I ended up with the exact same exact same float. So that was really, really interesting to me. So it turns out, anyway, when I've done it, that no matter which way I did it, it all turned out quite the same, but successful nevertheless. They all sealed. It turned out really great. Don't forget to label and date your jars. Till next time, hey do.